What's going on, people? What is good? It is your boy, Man Like Will, back again here. Welcome back to the channel, and then happy Labor Day to everyone here stateside. And it is a pleasure, once again, to have here as my special guest. It is my boy, Tureece, in the building.
Thank you, man. Always welcome. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, of course, man. Brother.
Yeah, I'm going to stop smiling now for the rest of the video. This is all the smiling you guys are going to get, I'll be honest.
Brother, I don't blame you. I think we should just, first of all, before we deep dive into it, I do want to say, yeah, please, everyone who is watching this on YouTube as well as Twitter, please subscribe to Tureece's channel, Mandem Talk Arsenal. They make some incredible content, especially if you are an Arsenal fan. I do encourage you, check out the homies channel, and also please subscribe to my channel, and of course smash a like too if you haven't already. But anyway, Matchday review. We drew to Brighton 1-1. Tureece, I'm going to let you have the floor, fam.
Okay,
Speak
cool.
on it.
All right, cool. We're in the title race with one of the best teams the Premier League's ever seen, if not the best. Debate is a debate. And game week 3, we're already dropping points. How many times have you seen this Liverpool team? They've got 99 points. Was it 99 or 98? Something like that. And they still lost the league. There was a season where they lost one league game and they still lost the league. This is the team we're coming up against, and we're already dropping points for game week 3 to our Brighton side, who is not on a level. Yes, they've started the season well, but we are Arsenal Football Club. They cannot compare to us. And yes, the officials was bad. I'm going to get onto it, but I want to hold accountability. For me, we created chances to win that match, even when we had 10 men on the pitch. Yeah, because I even tweeted at half time saying it's got. I predicted it. I said on my Twitter, yeah, if we do not score these goals, it's going to punish us. We have to put away our chances. Yes, it's all good creating these chances, playing attractive football, but it means nothing if the ball doesn't end up in the back of the net. And Saka, he was guilty of a chance. You see that scoop where Odegaard, he scooped it up to him, and like it was a half-hearted volley. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but it was a poor finish, and that's the only thing Odegaard did that game. He was poor for the rest of it. And then Havertz, the chance he had in the second half, and then Odegaard, you see the Trossard cross as well. That was a beautiful cross. And I don't know what Odegaard was doing on his weak foot. You know you're not confident. Just head the ball or something. Or have some conviction in your right foot. And it was a poor finish, man. You know what I mean? We should have been at the end of the first half 3-0 up, but we're 1-0 up. And it puts us in a bad position. And then the unexpected comes, Declan Rice. Do you want to talk about that? Because honestly,
the Declan Rice situation. Yeah, I've been on a few shows where I spoke about this whole Declan Rice situation. Yeah, and for me, I feel like the Declan Rice issue. I feel like yes, the red card it should have stand. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because yes, while the foul did happen, and it did touch his heel, he shouldn't have moved to really begin with. Because when the foul happens, you're not supposed to do anything. Do you know what I mean? And while we were down to just 10 men, I do agree that we created more chances. We should have had 3 points gone. Well, no, we should have still had come away with just 3 points in it. But what did irritate me about this game more than anything is just the lack of consistency from the officials, bro. The officials, how is it that Joao Pedro can just kick the ball like 60 yards out, right? When after the ref blew the whistle and he gets nothing, but yet like a small little
screaming as well. Sorry, but you saw Arteta screaming when it happened as well. That's the
yes.
thing. Arteta was screaming after for the yellow card. We got nothing.
He got nothing, but yet like a small little tap off Declan Rice's heel, and yet he gets a red for it. And I'm just thinking, it's a bit. It's like, okay. I'm like, where's the consistency? If you're gonna give him a red, fair enough. But why are you giving him a yellow? Like, why aren't you giving him a yellow for that? Like, that's the thing about this refs that really do irritate me and piss me off. And this is why I'm always gonna really just. I always put question marks around the Premier League when people are saying that it's the best league in the world, because the referees are just kind of hitting at the reputation for the Premier League because of that. At least in my opinion, because it's just foolish calls like this, and then we saw in that last season prior, like for not just us, but in like for teams like Manchester United, Liverpool, for like Everton as well, like they've gone through this as well. So this is not just an occurrence to just us, but to other teams in past seasons, and yet nothing seems to change.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. What do you make of it?
All right, cool. I just want to say one thing as well about the officiating. For me, the stupid rule, you see, okay, cool. So you see how Declan Rice was on a yellow card and he got a second yellow and he got sent off because it was a second yellow, not a straight yellow. Like VAR can't intervene. They need to get rid of that. That makes zero sense, bruv. How do you watch that from monitor and not tell the referee check the monitor or something, bro? You're making a silly mistake after the error you made with Joao Pedro when he just kicked it 60 yards, like you said. That is not fair. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It's not. So they need to fix that. Listen, we saw first game of the season against Wolves. That Mosquera guy, is that his name? You see when he strangled Havertz and then he goes and does some inappropriate actions that he's used. No card. What? You're telling me Declan Rice is going to get sent off for tapping the ball 2 yards? And let me tell you why I don't even think he should have got sent off. No bias. Okay, cool. So, who's the player that kicked it at his heel? I forgot, sorry. Veltman. That was it. Veltman. Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So Veltman, he's the one that kicked out Declan Rice first. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. He clearly did it on purpose. It hits Declan Rice's the back of his leg, in it. Any footballer, if a football touches the back of your leg or something, you're just gonna like tap it away after or something. You know what I mean? So he does that, and okay, cool. The rule is like if you kick the ball away, it's because of delay in play. But how did it delay play when it's in the corner of their half? You know what I mean? There's no threat or nothing. He was in no rush to take a quick free kick. The ball was not still; it was moving. So how was that delay in play? The ball was moving. He couldn't even take a quick free kick. He's the one that kicked it to Declan Rice. So if the ball was standing still and he was trying to take the quick free kick and Declan Rice tapped it 2 yards, then cool, I would have understood. But the ball was moving. So what delay in play was there? Please tell me. That's the issue that I have.
My theory is just that even prior to that, Declan Rice, he has been on thin ice in a way, because he did get a yellow card for the sliding challenge. Not sure who was number 34 for those guys. Oh no, it was for Veltman.
Yeah.
Earlier on, he did get the yellow card, and then he again, I think prior. No, I think no. He was having a few choice of words with a few of the Brighton players, so he was already losing his mind. You know what I mean? So he was in there, and he was already losing a bit of his discipline. Losing his cool. So it's, for me, I think something had to give, and I think on that exchange, it just had to happen. And I don't know. Hopefully, I don't get copyright for this, but I mean, I do have here You see the actual incident itself. So shout out to Twitter for this, but you can see it here.
Come
It's
on,
crazy.
no, but what?
You see it again here.
Yeah, but then he goes and boots his leg. So where's the consistency there? And I feel like Veltman, he went down easy because he knows that Declan Rice is on the yellow card. He's just playing it smart. He's trying to get the card
I
out
hear
of
it.
Declan Rice.
I mean, I can see it too. And then like when I first saw it though, Tureece, I was like, okay, why did Rice did get a red for that? I don't get it. But then when I seen it, it didn't look like it actually touched Rice when Veltman kicked him. At least to me, like it didn't actually kick him though. I'm being legit serious. It did not look like it did. For me, it looked like Rice. It looked like Rice was just taking the mick out of it because it looked like it barely touched him. And then that's when things unfolded. That's just it to me.
I don't see, like, you can see when it in the clip, you can see like when it touches his heel, Declan Rice kind of looks back and then he looks down and he realizes it's the ball that's hit him and then he taps it away. So I don't think it was, but come on, like, are we really setting off someone because of that? How poor is
No,
officiating these days? You know what I mean? The standard is so low.
it's poor. It's one thing I think we can both agree on is that the officiating in the Premier League, it is so piss poor.
Yes.
That it's like the fact that like us fans have to repeatedly call out these officials, and the fact that there's even community notes on this whole Declan Rice situation when the whole game finished, and I think it was what the Premier League official Twitter account put out that same put out the final score. Everybody was roasting the Premier League about it, and again, these type of issues the Premier League has to address eventually because if not,
they're not going to. We've been complaining for years.
They're not going to do it.
All they care about is the money. That's all they care about. As long as they're earning their dough, they're not going to fix none of this. They've ruined football, bro. Honestly, as a football fan, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool. As a football fan, we cannot sit there and watch someone get sent off for that. Come on, bro. We're supposed to watch this sport for enjoyment. And we're making the game unfair with 10 men on the pitch for another team because they've tapped the ball 2 yards when there's no delay in play because the ball. No football fan wants to see that. I don't care if you're an Everton fan. We all have to stand up for this because this is getting out of hand now. Literally. Come on, man. For that to decide the game, you know you're putting Arsenal at disadvantage for something that little. Nah, that's what.
But at the same time, while I do agree that Declan Rice for that where I think that whole Declan Rice situation should have been handled a bit differently and referee should have consistency all around. I think Rice should have kind of put himself into like mentally put into that position. Like, okay, let's calm down.
Yeah,
I am on a yellow.
Yeah,
we have Tottenham coming up. We have City coming up. We have Champions League coming up. Let me just cool my head. Not doing anything rash. Let's call it a minute. But I think man's emotions got really just got to the best of him, and because of that, Rice now put us into a very precarious situation now, where we're not only down in midfield because now Mikel Moreno, it has been apparently confirmed that he is out for now 2 months. So as we're seeing here, he is out for now two long months, and apparently he will be coming back till after the October international friendlies. So it's one of them ones now where we have to now now that Arteta, I should say, now has to think who can he put into this mid, you know what I mean? But
he made it thin. He sold Smith Rowe and he sold Vieira. Odegaard's backup is Ethan, bro. He's 17 years old.
Let me see here. Shout out to Wajid again. ATS Travels wasn't a second yellow, but don't give the ref the choice to make.
Yeah, that's the thing. And another thing on that point is the reason why I don't even want to talk on the ref so much is because I didn't want to be in a position 1-0 up where we're still worrying if because something crazy can happen. You always expect that in football, you know what I mean? So I wanted to be 3-4-0 up. So if anything happens, we're still comfortable in the game. That's why I want to take accountability of Arsenal. In the first half, we should have killed that game first 15 minutes. It was total domination. Saka had that left back on toes, bruv, and we didn't capitalize. That's my point. I'm saying that We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to leave it in the referee's decision, bro. We should have killed the game done. If they want to send the red card, go and do it. We're still 4-0 up. You know what I mean? That's where I'm coming from, and that's why I'm disappointed in Arsenal.
No, I 100% agree with you. And listen, the first 20 minutes, right? We were flying. We were doing it very well. And the fact that these men just couldn't be able to really, just couldn't control the game, like with goals, it baffles me. And again, when Rice left, we still created more chances to put the game away.
Havertz, I'm sorry, that Havertz chance. Listen, you done well to get away from them and do whatever you did, but it's the finishing part that matters. You're earning 350 grand a week, something like that. Come on, you scored that. You're our number 9. I don't care if you dual pass.
And
it
also,
matters nothing if you don't score.
And also, Havertz set up a great chance for Saka. Yes,
but that's a hard.
And Saka didn't.
It's like for
Come on, man. Saka. I think we've seen Saka try to bury chances like that in more complicated, more narrow angles as well. I think Saka could have maybe done better there. At least in my opinion.
So you feel like the Saka one was more guilty of us during the game than the Havertz one?
No, both of them are. I think both of them. Well, more so the Havertz one. I will say that much. But I think both of them should have scored.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
But shout out to Watch It Again. He's saying, I heard Yodo was injury prone. Look, it's it's funny because when Yodo was like as soon as Yodo, I think he had like his first game, man got injured, and now that Moreno, he doesn't even step onto the pitch, and he's gone. It's peak. But now, well, we'll get to the future games in a second. But now, Tureece, this kind of like when we look now, like past Declan Rice and all the officiating, was there anything else that kind of stood out to you? Because Thomas Partey was getting a lot of slack for this.
I think in the first half he played well. Everything was going through. I feel like the Thomas Partey hate is just forced now. His legs are going, yes, don't get me wrong, but they're forcing the hate on Twitter now for a reaction. He played really well in the first half. Everything was going through him. The passing, literally everything was flowing through him. I don't understand it. I'll be real. Second half he maybe dropped off, but come on, man, they're dragging it.
I agree. I think Thomas Partey now, unfortunately, he's kind of getting the scapegoat treatment. We've seen it before with the past players, but I think Partey did pretty well all around. Yes, he did kind of drop just a little bit in the second half, but listen, he doesn't have the legs that much anymore. But he's still able to put in a solid performance, and I thought he did that for the most part. But this hate out of nowhere for Thomas Partey is kind of crazy. I can't lie.
I feel like they're looking at Casemiro and the hate he gets at Man U, and now they're just trying to shove it onto our player because he's getting old and he's in a similar position. But I'm not having it.
No, because I don't. I mean, I think the Casemiro comparison now, I wouldn't say that much because like with Casemiro, he's in a midfield that does need a major improvement. And I think with them bringing in reinforcements, it's like that will change significantly in due time. But I think in these past few games Casemiro has had, also last season too, he's just it hasn't been looking good for him, you know what I mean, because I don't think he's in the right position, you know what I mean, or I guess his right role into that midfield really hasn't been good, I'll be honest. But as for Thomas Partey is different because you see what Arteta has done to put him into there. Okay, he's going to be like that destroyer, but also progressing the ball forward very well. And with Casemiro, he doesn't really. He tries to be a destroyer and getting that ball forward and getting into small spaces. But again, there's kind of like a lack of communication within that midfield triangle of Bruno and Kobe Mainu as well. So I don't really see that comparison, at least in my opinion. But is there anyone else who stood out to you?
Calafiori looked good when he came on. Actually, that's another question. Can I ask you? Do you think Mikel Arteta shot out too early? Do you feel like he should have went to a 5-back, or do you feel like he should have? I think he shouldn't have.
I think he should stick to the 4 in the back. Great question though. I think our usual 4 wall I think is good because if he were to do wing backs, it wouldn't work because again, he has to look into that midfield and see, who would really do the roles. You know what I mean?
But wait, no, I'm talking about the Brighton game because you see how he bang on Calafiori and he went 5 back. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like onto the like. Well, I'm saying like onto the future in future games now because with our midfield looking a little bit slim, I don't know how that would do it, but I think but are you speaking onto the onto the Brighton game or?
Yeah, because he ended up going to a 5 back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you feel like he done it too early? Do we think we should have attacked a bit more, or do you think he played it too safe?
No, I don't think he played it too safe. I think he even though it's crazy to really say it as much, but I don't think he did because he knew that Brighton were going to be we're trying to attack on with their counter attack.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, but but I think he needed as much bodies as he can at the back because they have Brighton. They had players to really go at from all angles up the final third. So as much bodies at the back as he could. I fair play to Arteta because he knew that really the boys had plenty of chances to really bury it, but he just guys didn't do it. But I want to ask you this question. Speaking on on Calafiori, I'll also throw in Zinchenko as well. Do you think because Moreno and Declan Rice are going to be unavailable after the international break, well, and such like that, do you think it's time for Moreno? Or do you think it's time for Arteta to kind of do a little experimenting within that midfield? Do you think Zinchenko should play out as a attacking midfielder, or do you think perhaps Calafiori can maybe jump into a DM role, maybe? Because I'm seeing that around the waves that Jordan Timber and Calafiori are being considered to play into a defensive midfielder position.
I can't lie, no. For these 2 games, I'm not experimenting. In the North London derby and against Man City, probably one of our toughest games of the season. I'd go Jorginho. I wouldn't really risk it with them. Maybe we got Leicester after the City game in it. Maybe in that game I'd experiment, but nah, not these 2 games. I feel like it's too risky.
Fairs, I hear it. I think the Jorginho one is definitely a shout. I would say I wouldn't mind, trying Zinchenko into that midfield at one point because we've seen that time and time again when he was in Manchester City playing as a attacking midfielder. Yeah. I think it wouldn't be a bad shot for him for Arteta to kind of try it out. Odegaard, Zenny, and you put Thomas Partey within it.
Yeah, because
I think he's good on the ball. There's no question about that. Good vision. We've seen that in preseason as well, and how lethal he can be when he is behind the striker. So this is a perfect opportunity to maybe try out that kind of experiment. But yeah,
I don't think he will though. Listen, he's been at the club for 3 years, and as Arsenal fans, people have been screaming for him to actually try Zinchenko in the midfield role, especially last season, where defensively he was horrible, and he's never done it. So I don't feel like he'd try it now. I don't think it's something he'll ever do.
I hear it, and that's true. And the thing is, we're who. I mean, we could try. I mean, there's also another thing of having Kai Havertz into that attacking midfield as well, or into that midfield as well. But
yeah, but Jesus ain't fit. That's the thing. If
That's the thing.
Was fit, then if I would have though.
That's the thing. So I would. I mean, would you? And that's the thing. Would Kai Havertz be better up front, having Raheem and Saka as your front 3? Or would you rather have Trossard up front and then you have
Trossard? Was you impressed against Brighton?
Trossard had I thought Trossard had a okay game.
I think he had a stinker apart from that cross. But this is the thing with he does it all the time. He bangs on the door. He comes off the bench. He gets goals. We put him in the starting 11 and he drops a stinker for me. And you know what? I've come to the realization he's just a 12 man and he's gonna have to accept that, bro. It is.
Wow.
Okay, cool. Towards the end of the last season, when he was starting games, he was good, but he's never consistent with when he's starting games. But we know he's going to be consistent when he's coming off the bench, man. I've seen it too many times. Him being given the chance and he don't take it. Too many times now. And then now Sterling coming in.
Apparently, he's getting the number 10, Raheem Sterling. Better than the number 4. I don't know what to make of it, bro. Like, I thought this number 10 was gonna go to Martin Odegaard, but now you're giving it to Raheem Sterling, man. I'm getting cooked, bro. Like when I got the news of it, man, like my phone blew up, fam. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But what do you like? If you think, right, if you really do think about it, do you think Sterling, like in that front three, do you think Sterling could maybe unlock another level for Trossard as opposed to what Kai Havertz wasn't able to do these past few games?
But you consider starting that striker?
No, I'm considering starting Trossard up front as a lead striker.
That's something. That's something I would like actually.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a combo, you know. I feel like Trossard jumping in, Sterling in behind with his pace, and then Saka kind of being the one that links up play and still tries to take on his man. I feel like that could be a front three. I'm not gonna lie.
That will be something I wouldn't be surprised Arteta would try to work with, because as much as I am a big advocate for Zinchenko to play into that midfield, you can't rule out Kai Havertz also being in that midfield too, because Arteta has experimented and has done this time and time again of putting Havertz into that midfield as well. And shout out to the homie Joe Blackman in the building, and shout out to the homie Little Yo-Yo in the building.
He said what?
And Yo-Yo asking, "Where's the hats?" And I'm like, "Yo-Yo, I have the hat right here, man. It's chilling right here." But obviously, we drew. You know what I mean? We drew, so it's business. You know what I mean? So we might have to no hat today, unfortunately, man. But for international break, the hat will return. I guarantee you that much. But no, back to what I was saying, Tureece. But yeah, I feel like that front three of Sterling at left, Trossard up front, and Bukayo on the right, I think that should be something that I wouldn't be surprised to seeing against Tottenham.
Yeah.
Because of the high line, and because of their injuries that they're having, we should be able to really do some damage against them.
And Sterling, because he's not going with England for the international break, so he's going to be training with Arteta, so he should be ready for that North London derby game. And then Tottenham against Newcastle, like they dominated the game, but the highline killed them. That goal against the second goal is such a stupid. All it took was one pass down the middle and they're through. And I feel like we have to exploit that, because I know they're going to do the exact same thing. And yeah, Sterling, he could be pivotal in that.
Yeah, it's gonna be the most probably one of the more interesting North London derbies. Well, last season was very, very interesting, but I think this one, oh my god. Well, I'll just say this: every North London derby will have its own story, but I think this one, at least for me, will tell the story of how our season will go. Because oh my god, I don't know how the boys will handle this, because this Champions League and City. That's going to be a long week for us, bro. You already know. I'm not looking forward to it, man.
You see the way City started off the season. I feel like this is the best I've ever seen them start off the season, because normally you'd say they start off the season slow, but not this season. Haaland, 7 goals in 3 games. This is what we're coming up against, and this is why I understand why troops and that are saying that we genuinely needed a striker so bad, because this is what they do against Brighton. If we had Haaland, we would have been 5-0 up. Simple, but we don't. So we're 1-0 up at the first half, and then we end up drawing the game. And maybe that is the difference. Maybe that's why we don't beat Man City again. And we've already dropped points now. We've just given them the lead. And like I said, they've had a good start to the season. Are you confident we can win the league? We can beat them at the Etihad?
Listen. No matter the the current circumstances, I get it. You know what I mean? That City listen, let's not get it twisted. That City, they look good, but even the game against West Ham, you can see that they did have their issues. I think that midfield wasn't as solid.
But Rodri's not even back. That's the thing. Rodri's not back.
I know that's the thing, and that's the thing. Like that midfield, that without Rodri, that back line and that midfield don't really have the same connection. So that's the X factor that Man City team really have, and that is Rodri. Without him and Haaland, that Man City team wouldn't be as, at least in my opinion, they wouldn't be as like dominant as they have been, at least the first few games. And also for the West Ham game, West Ham they were just unlucky. I think Kudus had so many chances to really level things up and potentially win the game as well. But it is one of them ones. But I am confident still that we will win the league. And I say this with chest because I feel like, well, yes, we did bring Raheem Sterling. We do have a body there to cover Bukayo Saka. You know what I mean? It's not my ideal choice, but listen, we have some.
It's my choice.
You're gonna get sin bin, bro. You're gonna get sin bin for this, man. Jesus Christ. But look, I think once Moreno comes in and the boys just keep up just the consistency, not lose their minds like Declan Rice did.
Yeah.
We will be fine. We have to play to our strengths, not worry about what the ops are doing.
Yeah. We
will be fine. And that's what I'm saying. And what I saw again in preseason was fine. It was electric. I think we will again replicate the same form. He's got to give it time, and I think the boys will do that. And their major test is against Tottenham and City.
Yeah.
And I think we will do fine. But for me, the City game is a must win. Well, it is a must win in my opinion.
Well, okay. So would you take 3 points against Tottenham and then 1 point against City?
Again, for me, the Man City game is a must win for me.
When was the last time we beat them at the Etihad?
It's been a long time. I think it was like 2015, 2016, around there. But if we need to make a statement, but that's the thing though, Tureece, we need to make a statement.
Yeah, we have
this season, and people and something like, and I don't know, if some Arsenal fans who are watching this or whomever may think that I am, moving mad, but that's the thing. When it comes to this club and wants to say no, we need to win the league instead of pushing City. This is the game they need to do. You know what I mean? They must win at the Etihad. Yeah. We haven't done so in in so long. But this is the game they need to do it. Arteta needs to start his best 11, what he has, and they need to be mentally here and prepared for it. That's all there is to it. And they need to perform onto the pitch and not give me some BS that I saw against Brighton and the BS that I saw against Villa last season. So that's what they need to do. And as far as Tottenham is concerned, I'm confident.
I'm confident
too. I think we should be able to get 3 points against Tottenham.
Because we've turned away our we have a good record against them at their stadium now. Like before we did, now we do. Like the past 2 times, I believe we've beaten them. So yeah, I'm confident. Yeah, and I think. Let me see. I think if I'm not mistaken, right? Let's see. I did see there was something with. Let me see. Yes, so I did see that what was it that Mickey Van der Ven, he is injured, if I'm not mistaken. So and that's Tottenham's best center back outside of Christian Romero. Yeah. And for me, that is a huge that's a huge blow to Tottenham. Yeah. And from what I saw, sorry, to be fair though, Jackson, he came in against Newcastle, and I feel like he was one of their best players. I feel like he played. He looked good though. Fair enough. He did look good. But again, the thing with Tottenham is that in their last running games, they've been looking stinky, except for that 4-0 thrashing, yes. But
still, I think with that high line and with the pace, with the potential pace front three that we'll have, possibly Havertz / Trossard up front, Raheem on the left, or Martinelli, I would personally go, man, throwing Raheem into a Northumberland derby in his first game would be crazy. But, I mean, this point,
he's made for these games, man. He's made for these games.
We'll see what happens. But still, I think having pace up front against that high line, we should be able to do damage.
Yeah, and corners as well. And corners as well.
Yes, I agree. So we shall see. But I'm confident, though. I'm confident that we should get at least get 6 points from those two games. But yeah, but more so. But I'm more so need. No, I'm sorry, but I'm more so just need to see what that City game is on, because we need to win. That's it. Yeah. And if we don't win, and we get a draw, for me, I'm just gonna just paper over over the cracks. Do you know what I mean? So we need to win. That's all there is.
So what approach would you take against City then? Like, would you take the same one we did last season away at the Etihad, where like we kind of just Saka was almost playing like a right wing back. He was always defending in our own half. Would you take that same approach, or would you go more attacking?
It's just that these two men are pretty much similar. That's just what it is to it. For me, we need to press. When it comes to Manchester City, when we are off the ball against City, we don't press as much as they do when we're on the ball. When we have the ball, Manchester City, you would see Haaland, Doku, or Foden, or whomever. They will press the life out of us, and that's my biggest complaint with us. We don't do that. We just let them casually. We let them have as much possession as they can, which will come back to haunt us when we will try to get on them with the counterattack. I feel like we have the players to definitely press them as much. Do you know what I mean? So all we have to do is start. If they were to get ball first, okay, just go on, press the life out of them, and just get on them and attack. Control the game as much as we can. It's all you have to do. That's the approach, at least to me.
Okay. What I'd say is, for me, like that front line, I feel like we're not going to get much chances, but just because of that, I feel like we need to play our most clinical front line. And for me, that's Bukayo Saka right wing, and then Trossard striker, and Sterling left wing, not Martinelli, not Havertz in the front three, because I don't trust them burying the one chance they get. But if them three, like 9 times out of 10, I feel like they could bury it. So that's another thing for me. I feel like we need to just play our most clinical front three, because we're not going to get much chances.
Fair enough. I hear it. I'm interested to see how that midfield is going to be lined up. You know what I mean? Because we should.
Well, Rice we should.
Back. Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. Declan Rice will definitely be back for that game, and that will give us another body into that midfield that we needed for that one. So again, it's gonna be an interesting week for us, bro. It's gonna be
What a week! And Thursday, wait, Champions League on a Thursday.
Imagine.
What's that?
Yeah.
What is that?
Brother,
oh my dude.
What's that?
Nah, it's peak, man, because I'm so used to having Champions League on Tuesdays, man, or Wednesdays, and I would get like
a BlackBerry Europa League team. Like, what's going on?
It's peak, man. I could go on another rant, man, but it is what it is. But brother, I'm telling you this right now. I think we take on. Who is it? We take on Atalanta, correct? I think on our first game for Champions League.
It's either Atalanta or PSG. It's either one of them two.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Let me get that. Let me see. Let me take a look. Yeah, so first game on the 19th, we take on Atalanta. Okay. Shout out to let's let's see. Shout out to Nikki from Eagle Eye Football in the building, and or sorry, to Rich in the building. Great scoreline in the banner. What? Crap. Bro, you were on here too, man, and you didn't tell me either.
I didn't even realize.
Oh, my days. Well, that's embarrassing. The magic of live streaming, fam. But let's see. Rich, she's saying Rice, red card, fully deserved, by the way. Now, Will getting that trim tested for the pineapple show. La bachata will offer. Fuck's sake. Nah.
I don't even understand the joke, but I just know it's funny. I don't even understand.
Brother, so I'll tell you off camera, fam. But listen to watch it, people. Get the likes up. Hashtag road to pineapple 1000. Oh, for God's sake. This is insane, yeah. Let me see. Back to Eagle Eye Football again. Will OTC said your club is dead food, fam. Brother, Chelsea drew to your club 1-1. Man spent $1 billion to draw to Crystal Palace. So Chelsea fans can't chat to me, fam. And also, the fact that Victor Osimhen went to Galatasaray.
Yeah. That's
you know what I mean?
That was weird. That was very.
Bro,
there's a break clause in January, but still, that's weird.
I'm excited for that, you know. Galatasaray is the last club that I expected, but listen, I'm gonna be watching Turkish Super League. But all I'm telling you this, it's one of them ones where, you know, Chelsea fans really are just strange a lot in it. They thought that they were gonna sign Victor, and look what happened. He was like, nah, I'm cool, fam. Instead, I'm gonna go to these Turkish Donnies right here. So it's all good, isn't it?
And now they've extended Jackson's contract till 2033 or 32. So
yeah. But now, so Tureece, man. Final thoughts on this game, man. As we try to wrap things up here, man. Like, did Rice? So it basically comes down to this: did Rice cost us? You know what I mean? Going into Tottenham.
No. Going into Tottenham, yeah. But he didn't cost us in the Brighton game. Because I say we should have finished our chances. I don't want to put it on Rice. I want to hold accountability. So, but going into Tottenham, yeah, he should have known there's a big game ahead of him, and he has to keep his cool, man. Now he's missing a game against our rivals. That's poor from me. I can't lie. From a future captain as well. Nah, that's poor.
Was there any player, would you say, even though we did get, you know, a point out of it, do you think that there was one player that gets man of the match for you?
I mean, the first 20 minutes, Saka was the best player. That's the best I've ever seen him perform in such a long time. Actually, see that chop he did as well? That was rude. Bro, yeah, if it was from the first 20 minutes, and I would have given it to Saka, but I guess you can even say David Raya.
Yeah.
You can even say, yeah.
I think, David Raya gets some flowers, yeah. I agree with it. Now, for me, man, I think I would probably...
I'm sorry. Gabriel's been shaky from the start of this year. I don't know what's gone on to him. I don't know what's happened to Gabriel. In the back, he's too shaky.
No, 100%. I mean, I think Gabriel will, you know, the thing about Gabby, yeah, I think he just starts off slow during during the season. I just came to that conclusion, right? And it's one of the things where he will start to gain more form. He can start to gain form during towards like the winter time, or starting towards the winter, and I was saying the same thing about Saliba, where he was acting like a bit shaky during these first few games. And now from the Villa game, he's starting to change up a bit. He's starting to look better. So I would say give Gabriel time, and he will start to come into his own and get into that form that we saw last season. And shout out to Watch It Again, sub to the bro Tureece as well. People road to 1K for both these guys. Yes, for real, man.
Well, man.
Yes, sir, man. But
man,
Odegaard
into that mix as well.
I would say Odegaard was terrible.
Yeah, but he's not been good to start the season for me.
Yeah,
but that happened last season too. And then from January, he just went on to become our best player, literally.
Yeah, Odegaard hasn't been as straight as good as I would think. I think so far this season, but so far at the start. But I do agree he should be able to regain his form, and just give him time. Hopefully, maybe I would like to see that big game on Odegaard come in against Tottenham, and that should give him that confidence, to once he wears the captain's armband and be like, "Yo, let's get down to business," innit?
Yeah.
So hopefully we see big game, big game Odegaard back in the mix. And
Chelsea Odegaard, that's what I need. Yeah, that's what I
need. That to come back.
Yeah, that's what we need,
bro. Telling you. All right, last comment before we end things here. It is Will has agreed to do the one chip challenge at 100 sub, guys. Spread the word. Rich. Jeez. Jesus Christ, man. Well, you heard it there. All right, one chip challenge, man.
I will be there. I will be there to watch that.
Oh, of course you would. Yeah, of course you would. Yeah. You snake, bro. You're a snake fan. Look at you, bro. But look, we are actually 20 subs away from me reaching 100. So, if you want to see me,
subscribe, man. Everyone subscribe.
You want to see me, sweat and be in pain. All you gotta do is just hit the button, just hit the subscribe button for not only me but as well as Tureece. So yeah, we will be there. But anyway, peoples, this will just wrap up. We will about to wrap up the show right now. Do appreciate every single one of you for taking the time and just kicking back and letting us chill and just talk and what have you. But yeah, Arsenal 1-1 Brighton. The pain, Jesus. Hopefully it's just a one-time thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Without further ado, folks, we do appreciate y'all. And we out. Peace.